how are you? Now we are going to talk to Tapasya, who is a Ayurvedic inspired health coach, and we are going to discuss what you should be consuming. Um, and hi, we have lots of you joining us. We're going to talk all about health, fitness, what you need to eat. We have with us Tapasya, who is an Ayurvedic expert. Let's see if she has joined us. Just a second, people. Stay tuned. Please keep asking your questions. Why can't I see her? Just give me a minute. Tapasya to join. Hope things are treating you well. And I know it's so tough for all of us to be home this weekend, at least in Delhi. And there we have Tapasya. So Tapasya, so good to see you.
Same here,
And
Ambika. It's been long.
I know. So tell us, what is everybody asking you, all your clients,
So,
during this time?
again, the phase two of pandemic has started. So people are really concerned about their health, their immunity. People who have been through COVID want to gain their immunity back. People who have not been, I mean, with COVID want to stay away from it. So basically, the
Right.
whole situation has got out of hand, and people are really, really concerned about their health. This is the
So,
prime question.
what are happy foods that you recommend to everybody watching?
So happy food, I think happiness is a state of mind. Food is an excuse to it. But when we saw the first lockdown, people had all turned into bakers. They were using a lot of chocolates and a lot of cocoa and a lot of Cadbury in their baking. So again, chocolate, Cadbury, cocoa are all happy foods which secrete cortisol. Even banana, if you talk about, which is potassium. So people who have been a bit of depressed by the situation, or feeling a bit low and feeling anxious, anxiety, can start their day with banana. That will really uplift your mood. Can have a tablespoon of cacao powder in their diet also. That will really
Okay.
make you feel happy.
Really? I'm going to live on
Yeah.
chocolate cake. A lot of people have written into us saying they feel very lazy. So, what should
Ah.
they do to kind of up themselves?
With the changing climate, Ambika, when there's a shift and in such a weather, you tend to feel a bit of laziness. Plus, you're not meeting people. So that lethargy, boredom comes in. So if you talk about laziness, don't stuff yourself with food. I'm talking food wise here.
Right.
Don't stuff yourself with food too much at one go. Go low on carbs because carbs tend to make you feel a bit lethargic. So supposing if I have an off, and I want to have a nap in the afternoon, I will always opt for a dal chawal as a meal because that makes you lethargic, that makes you want to go to bed. So you should go in for light meals, frequent meals, protein rich meals. In this season, especially more of fruits and vegetables, more of liquids, not to feel that lethargic.
Okay.
It will help you not feeling lethargic. More of vitamin C.
Great.
Yeah, so nimbu pani,
Lovely. So,
good option.
okay. So this conversation was supposed to be about PCO. A lot of younger kids, people are getting. One of the people wrote into us wanting to know. She's 28 years old. She has PCO, but can she have children?
Of course, my daughter was a acute PCOD person, but she had a normal delivery. So this is a very wrong notion and a myth that people cannot conceive after PCOS, PCOD. You can definitely conceive, but you need to be a bit more conscious about your diet and your workout routine. That is how it goes. But it's a myth. It's actually a myth.
So people who have it, what should they kind of include and exclude in the diet?
So, you know what? People should leave their laziness first and foremost and get doing some form of activity if they love walks, cycling, cardio, whatever they want to. People on the way to their pregnancy should completely avoid packaged food. Anything out of the package, anything which is instant, instant oats, instant noodles, completely avoidable. Home cooked fresh food is the biggest healer which you can heal yourself with, and go low on dairy a bit because dairy is again injected with a lot of hormones. So we can just go low on dairy. not excluding dahi and maybe paneer, but excluding the milk form of dairy. Because
Now, a
for
lot of young
vegetarians,
people.
again,
Okay, sorry,
paneer
go
is the
ahead.
only protein option. So how do they not have it in their diet?
Right.
Yeah.
So, a lot of younger people are having PCO. Do you think it's big? I mean, is it the diets the parents are giving, or is it just the world out there? I mean, what are you supposed to do?
You know, there is a lot of factors. So your stress, your sleeping habits, these days people sleep so late. The youngsters, you see them sleeping at 3, waking up at 11. So they are all working against the clock, eating breakfast at 11, eating their lunch at 3, 4, eating their dinner at 10, then munching. So it's a lot of wrong habits, wrong routine, too much of packaged food, too much of alcohol, and these things contribute. Stress is again a major factor which will contribute to various hormonal issues, maybe
We
not
have a very,
feeling.
sorry for cutting you, we have a very interesting question. Sarika has written, I'm a PCOD patient for the last 18 years, and now because of heavy bleeding, I have to go in for a Mirena option. So, what are the precautions I need to take?
uh, She will have to change her lifestyle definitely. Like I said, opt for a dairy-free, maybe a gluten-free to some extent of a routine. Exercise definitely for an hour daily. Don't suppress your emotions. The moment you start suppressing your emotions about anything, be vocal. So if you start suppressing your emotions, you go against the law. When you go against the law, your hormones start changing. When your hormones start changing, you develop these hormonal issues, be it PCOD, be it your endometriosis, be it anything. You start developing these issues. Even gut problem is more related to your mind than actually the problem itself.
Wow. All right. And there's the recent serials on Netflix, which is about Mumbai Begums. I hope I've got that right.
Yes, yes.
Which had Pooja Bhatt, and it spoke about menopause and how that is a subject is really not spoken, and it's something which everybody has to go through. So, what should people start doing in their 30s and their 40s to kind of prepare themselves for menopause?
Like you rightly said, Ambika, so your perimenopausal, like you say, is a very important phase. You know, women have a lot of transactions in their body. So they always go through some or the other hormonal changes every 10 years. So when you talk about 30s to 40s, that is the time 40s to 45, 50 maybe, they enter their perimenopausal zone, and that is the time they need to prepare their body for the menopause. So that is the building of the body, because after you get your menopause, your body doesn't work for you, you work for your body. It changes completely, the physiology changes. So that is a very important phase where women need to take care of their body, with proper nutrition, proper guidance. I mean, going to a proper professional doesn't mean that you have to lose weight. You can be healthier also. Prepare yourself for the next phase also if you don't have that much of knowledge. So always seek help, eat a proper meal. Again, exercise should be a part of your daily routine completely. Yeah.
All right. We have some other questions, which is, do I have to reduce weight for PCOS to go away?
Definitely. If you're overweight, yes, I have seen many people, many girls who are PCOD, PCOS, yet they are very slim. So, doesn't necessarily mean that overweight people have PCOD. But yes, if you're overweight, you need to reduce your weight, definitely.
All right. We have a question coming in from Meenal, who asks, how does one deal with a thyroid issue in your late 20s?
Thyroid issue could be genetic, could be lifestyle. Again, thyroid again is, if you talk about holistically related, it it is related with suppressed emotions again. So you let go of your emotions, become more vocal, work out, and you can go dairy free and see if it works for you. Not necessarily gluten free, but yes, dairy free. And That's it. You can manage it with certain waters and concoctions, which we do in Ayurveda. It does
Which
help, yeah.
ones? Do recommend them for all.
Okay, so coriander is a very good seed and helps a lot in thyroid. So people with thyroid could have your coriander seed soaked water every morning. Could do a lot of coriander in leaves in their vegetables. Could do a coriander juice ka shot if they want to. That really helps thyroid. Have selenium as a supplement also does help thyroid.
All right. Somebody said they've had two children and then they had hair loss. What can they do?
You need to check your blood levels, blood work for that. If it's a ferritin related issue, you have to go in for supplementation. If not, take care of your diet, definitely. Works well for hair loss, hair gain if you have proper amount of fat in your body. You should be including fats in your body, diet. Yeah.
So how does one do that? Have ghee every morning?
You can, that is one way of including fat if you're not doing it through the day. But again, there is a limit. Don't overdo it. So if you're having ghee in the morning, you make sure you're not having too much of ghee or oil through the day. So it's very dicey to make a comment like this for everybody. There are many healthy fats. You can have nuts, you can have avocados, you can have flex seeds, you can have all your mixed seeds. They are all healthy and good fats which you can use. You can have your roti with ghee. That is also good.
There's another
Yeah.
question. Which treatment is best for PCOD? Is it allopathy or homeopathy?
I believe in Ayurveda more. So yes, homeopathy does work, but you will have to take care of your diet. There is no 100% cure through medication unless your lifestyle is wrong. So it has to go hand in hand. Your exercise, your diet, and your supplementation all together will definitely cure you. Yeah.
There's a question. What supplements do you suggest for thyroid and PCO?
See, thyroid, like I said, selenium is a good supplement to have. PCOD, you can just go in for your regular Bs, and D3 is important for that. So your D3 levels should really be good, and you can have your B12 levels also checked regularly, right? And your vitamin E is also a good supplement for PCOD. So you can alter it, but please take your supplementations with suggestions or concern going to your concerned doctors or whatever.
All right. There's a question which asks, what can we do in our 30s to reduce the effect of menopause?
So again, like I said, you need to follow a good eating pattern. You can take an advice from anybody about what you're eating. Maybe you're eating wrong, you don't know what you're eating, and
So
definitely
what
one
is
hour of
correct
brisk
eating?
walk.
What is correct eating?
You know, Ambika, you've been to me. You know, I take a lot of, details about what your body is, what your life is, what your body type is, what your prakriti is, and then can I comment like that on this? It cannot be generalized at all.
So
How have you been
essentially,
looking so fit? How have you
sorry.
been looking so? How have you been looking so fit?
I try to be vegan and not vegan. I'm dairy free, and I love chicken and I love eggs. But I try to be gluten free and I reduce dairy unless I have haldi ka doodh, which tastes terrible with soya milk. So yeah.
Yes.
And then there's another question. I've had two children post delivery. I've been facing hair loss, which you answered. Somebody else had I have two children, C-section. How do I lose the weight?
Very easy to lose weight. Come to me. No, no. Again, you need to walk, go I mean, don't eat too much at one go. Eat smaller meals, eat frequent meals. I don't suggest go protein or go carbs because you need to have a balanced food in your diet. But how do I suggest that? Stop eating after 6 p.m. That is the best thing which you can do. And it works like magic.
All right. So stop eating after 6 o'clock or 6 has
Six,
better
six,
results.
six is better
Okay.
result if you really
I'm
want
gonna
to
go
lose
have
weight.
my dinner as soon as this conversation finishes up. Would you recommend, there's a question from Manisha. She asks, would you recommend any book to read about physical and emotional connect? I'm planning to educate myself and talk more about it to spread menopause, to spread awareness about menopause and
You
thyroid
know,
issues.
right now I don't remember, but there are various good books which you can read. What I'll do is I'll post the books on my Insta. I have a very good, library for this, and I'll really post it because there are few people who are asking me this question, and there are very good authors who've written so well on this subject, which we
If you can suggest one of them.
there is the latest which I got hold on was Medical Medium. There's this guy, I think in New York, who's doing a lot of celery juice thing. So I'm reading that, but talking about holistic, I'll definitely put it on my Insta. Yeah, I don't remember. There are so many inside.
Okay. Then there's a question. I have PCOD. I'm always tempted to eat clay. Is it connected?
Not at all. It is connected
Okay.
to some childhood thing or deficiency of, you can check your calcium levels. Maybe
All
you have a deficiency of calcium. So do check your
right.
calcium and D3 levels there.
Somebody asked they consume 3 to 4 coffees a day. Is that all right?
Is it black coffee or coffee with dairy? So if it's
They didn't
black
specify.
coffee,
So, what is
yeah.
better?
So
Black
see,
coffee?
even in Ayurveda also, black coffee doesn't suit people who are Pith Prakriti people. So when they have a lot of pith in their body, it's a lot of agni or a lot of fire already there. And you're igniting it by putting in black coffee. So that is not good. You need to cool your body down. But if you talk about
Okay.
Kapha Prakriti, it is absolutely okay to have black coffee.
How
Yeah,
many
she's
cups
in black coffee.
is the question?
So again, Prakriti wise, if it's Kapha Prakriti, 2 to 3 cups
Yeah.
is okay. If it's Pith and you're addicted to it, just one is okay. But make sure to have a glass of water after 15 minutes or before drinking that cup of coffee, or have a banana if it's a early
All
morning
right.
thing.
Okay. Dimpy Dhani wants to know, can hormonal hair loss be reversed?
Yes, absolutely. When you reverse your hormones to make it favorable for your body type, then hair loss gets reversed too. Why not? Why not?
Okay. How does one lose belly fat after a C-section?
So you get your massages done like you used to in our old days, or you have those belt, that tummy tuck belts which you tie after childbirth. So you can tie that morning 2 hours, yeah, after evening to 1 hour. And so you know what happens is after your delivery, your core muscles loosen. They leave the muscles around your core, leave the core. So it becomes loose. You need to fix it up. That is why plank is very good in that case. And you can tie that belt so to fix the core and to tighten that muscle to the core.
All right. The question to your eating at 6 p.m. is, what if I feel hungry again after 6 p.m.? What should I eat?
See, you'll feel hungry 1 or 2 days. If you can ignore it, good. You can have a cup of green tea. If not, have a cup of hot milk. I mean, I'm not too keen on hot milk, but that is the second best option that you can do.
Hot
Or
milk
have a
or
fruit. Or a fruit, maybe, an apple. Yeah.
fruit? Okay,
Mm.
great.
Mm.
There's a question that says, ma'am, if a person is 125 kilos or more, but there is no cyst in the ultrasound, but the menstruation is irregular since a long time, what do we do?
You try to lose weight at your earliest because when you lose weight, these things will get solved. You will see your body change. You will see, things change in your whole physiology, and your hormones will get sorted. Definitely, you
Okay.
should lose weight.
There's another question. I have recently lost sweet cravings and used to have a major sweet tooth. Does it have anything to do with increasing thyroid levels or any deficiency?
Yeah, when you have any form of cravings, be it sugar, be it salt, anything. So the cravings are always related with certain deficiencies in the body. You have to investigate those deficiencies to solve those cravings. For example, if you have a sweet craving, you always see that you'll have a B deficiency, vitamin B deficiency. So you need to just investigate what deficiencies you have to sort it out, and you'll see these things go. You know, when
Okay.
there is no balance in the body, food wise, your body should be balanced. When there is
Okay.
no balance in the body, many things like hormones, your cravings, your diseases, your lethargy, your anxiety, they all are interconnected. So your body should be in harmony, to be in harmony with the food you eat. So when there is an alignment of food, there is a balance of food in the body, automatically you will see positive things happening. For
All right.
example, weight loss also.
Is there a cure for IBS?
Yes, there is no IBS is all in the mind. I mean, you train your mind, your IBS gets cured. There is no disease like IBS. It's all coming from your mind.
Oh,
So you think less, meditate, do a lot of pranayam, don't eat raw vegetables at all, and you will be good. Yeah.
okay. How does one regulate a menstrual cycle easily with natural ways?
Regulate in the sense, are you bleeding heavily? Are you bleeding light? What is happening? It's not on time. You mean you need to be more precise on that. So,
Okay,
I
we
mean,
will
how do
come
I
back
answer
to
that?
that. There's
Yeah.
another question regarding your intermittent fasting, eating at 6 o'clock, which is, do I have cow milk or almond milk?
If you're lactose intolerant, then go in for almond milk. If you're not, cow milk is very good. Okay, no problem in that.
All right. There's another question. I've thought about intermittent fasting, but I get severe acidity if I don't eat on time. How do I get into intermittent fasting?
So it's very easy. You do not start with 14, 16, 18 hours. You just start with 10 hours to start with. You have acidity. That does mean that you have a lot of pith in your system. You have a lot of toxins in your system. And when you fast, your digestion is resting. That means the toxins are coming out. They are finding a way out of your system. So you need to understand that science behind why it is happening. When you understand that, you will not be tempted to eat. You will work on repairing your body. So you can drink water. You can have mint water to calm down. You can have chia seed water, which again calms your pith down, and have coconut water and continue with your fast.
Okay, we have three very interesting questions. I lost 12 kilos with Herbalife and fat burners, but gained them back.
Of
Why did
course,
this
you,
happen? Are
of
fat
course you
burners
will.
safe?
See, fat burners depends on what form of exercise you're doing. They are not advisable for people who have high BP or palpitation issues or heart issues. So it's very unsafe to have them. I don't recommend them, but there are some people who do have them. But you know, it's overhyped. I think it's overrated. You can just do without fat burners. Have a cup of espresso shot, which is a fat burner, and then start your exercising. Exercising itself is
Okay,
a fat burner. So there is no
that is
need
true.
for
All
fat
right.
burner.
Ma'am, do you recommend sugar free? Do you recommend sugar free as I've stopped consuming real sugar for due to daily exercise for weight loss?
Okay, so he wants to know that he is sugar substitute safe, right? You
Yeah.
can have
Yeah.
natural sugar substitutes, which can be like stevia, which is a plant-based sugar substitute, but don't go in for anything artificial. If you're doing a short-term, some drastic thing like for a month, if you want to use, it's no problem. But if you're going to do it over the years, do not use the chemical-based sugar substitutes. You can use jaggery powder or you can use stevia
All right.
instead. Yeah.
The next question is, I'm 23 years old. My hair is turning gray for the last 7 years. I'm very particular with my diet and workout. Please suggest a way to stop it or reverse it. Can it be reversed?
No, it cannot be reversed, and it could be hereditary that your parents or somebody in the family may be having a premature graying that you get that from them. Use a lot of amla. So you get dried amla powder, or you can make it at home. by drying your amla and grinding it and keeping it, and have that 1 teaspoon daily with warm water. So that can control your hair turning gray to some extent and will give you a good bounce and good heavy hair also in the long run. But these things, they require a lot of patience. ऐसा नहीं होगा कि you do it today and you get results tomorrow. You will have to do it for 2, 3,
This,
4, 5, 6 months to see.
there's a question which says, I think we have so many questions and I feel
Yeah,
we can't answer
we
them.
wanted
Just
to
two
do a
more questions.
15-minute. Yeah.
I know, it's just never ending. Is there any cure for skin disease in Ayurveda? I think there is, but you can enlighten
Yes,
us
yes,
all.
absolutely. There was a client who had come with a lot of pimples in fashion industry only, and in 1 week her skin reversed completely. So yes, there is definitely a cure in Ayurveda, in diet, for skin problems which you can take care of. Nothing is impossible with diet. Nothing is impossible with our ancient wisdom. Everything has a cure. The thing is, you have to go to a person who has a proper knowledge about these things and who can guide
Okay.
you according to your body type
All right.
about what can suit you.
I get frequent low counts of platelet D3 and B12.
I think his the person who's asking this, the B12 is not getting absorbed in the body. So some people do not absorb that B12 in the body. So they should get themselves an injection shot every month. That is the best advice I can give you. And your D3 also, you can get an injection shot if it is not absorbed, or go and have your B supplementation, because when B12 is okay, your D will also start getting absorbed in a proper way. So that is very common. You see a lot of people not absorbing B12, which is okay. Yeah.
This is a question from Samaya Dalmia. Hi, Samaya, if you're watching.
Hi,
She asks
Sumaya.
erythritol as a substitute and its impact long term.
Impact long term, if you talk about, is not that great. As a substitute, short term, anything is okay, but the long term, I don't advise using it.
And when you say short term, do you mean once a day?
Once a day, I think thrice a week.
All right, thrice a week is good enough. All right, lovely. There's so many questions, so we'll have to do this one more time. We're going to talk next time about children and another session on hair
Yes, we
and
had
beauty.
so
Thank you
much to
all
talk
for
about.
watching. Thank you so much,
Thank you.
Tapasya. We will do this
Thank you,
again. We'll do make
Ambika.
it weekly. We'll do it again
Done. My
next week.
pleasure.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
Thank you,
Bye bye.
everybody.
Take
Thank
care.
you. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you,
Bye.
everybody, for joining.
Thank
Very
you.
nice of
Thank
you.
you very much. Bye.
Thanks. Bye. I'm just trying to figure
Bye
out how
bye
to
bye.
wrap it up. Bye,
Yes,
guys.
same to
Thank
me.
you. See